Straight from a toy factory somewhere in China, this is Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class TopSpin. Alright, so let's have a closer look at Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class TopSpin. I'm a big racing fan, so I've been really looking forward to picking up this figure, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to pick it up before it went on sale at retail stores. Now, as you can see here, it's got some nice weapons accessories. You have two long weapons mounted to the side of the vehicle on either side, and these two short weapons up here on the roof. Now, you can interchange them. You can put the short ones on the side and the long weapons on the top, whatever you prefer. And of course, you have this ginormous mech tech weapon, and so it makes a very nice, well-armed looking vehicle mode, as you can see there. Now, of course, this mech tech weapon has a gimmick. You pull back on this lever, and as you can see, it does that. So let's have a close look at the vehicle without all the weapons on there. And it does look quite a bit different from Roadbuster in vehicle mode. It's more of a mechanized, cybernetic look to it, as you can see close up right here. And you got the car number, the sponsor, and you can see here, this is what I'm talking about, the really wild, cybernetic, mechanized look to it. Right there, you can see down here, you can see what looked to be like 4 individual exhaust tips, almost like the header was coming straight out of the engine to the side. This is pretty cool. It's got a nice aggressive looking grille or bumper, as you can see. Nice silver paint apps on the engine block here. Really cool. And you can see some more radical design elements like this right here coming up like that. You've got the spoiler at the back, Autobot symbol right there. So really nice vehicle mode. And here's a look at the undercarriage. So pretty nice vehicle. So let's take a look at the size comparison and how this compares to another Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class figure in vehicle mode. And as you can see there, TopSpin is a little smaller than he should be, really, and especially when you look at him next to Swerve here, but not quite as bad as some of the other DOTM figures in their vehicle modes. And just another look from the side here. Kind of see. And just a quick look at the other wrecker, which I was mentioning before. This is a Roadbuster, and you can see the design differences. This looks like a more plain looking stock car, and of course this is the more mechanized or cybernetic looking one. So on to the transformation. Transformation is pretty simple. The whole side of this vehicle is going to untab and become the leg. And so what you want to do first is come back here, unpeg the side of the vehicle like so, as well as on the other side, rotate down on both sides. And what you want to do with this section here is you actually want to rotate this down like that. I'll do the same thing over here. And what you want to do is make sure you extend out the leg completely. As you can see, that adds a little length to the leg. Come over here and we'll do the same thing like that. Now, as for the feet, you can see here this section here will actually rotate like so, and as you're doing that you want to rotate down the foot, and then this pegs into the side of the leg, and there you have one leg complete. And do the same thing over here, peg into the side and bring down the foot. And just rotate these all the way down like that. And the next thing you want to do, you want to take the hood, you want to pull it up and back. It's on a big hinge, as you can see there. Pull up and back so that you can get this piece folded underneath like so. Like that. And then what you need to do is you need to rotate the waist 180, and there are a little bit of clearance issues. You just kind of have to manage to rotate it out however you can, like so. And then, last but certainly not least, is for the transformation, these legs are actually not legs, but the crotch area here, there's two separate pieces. They need to come together and peg into one another, as you can see there. So now we got the legs done. So moving up top, you want to take the arms here, and these need to rotate around. They're on ball joints. So rotate them around so that you've got this yellow part facing the front. Rotate around, and you want to rotate the arm like so, and like so. And then up here, the bumper, you actually want to fold this down like so, and then split apart like that. These come off to the side, and then coming to the back, I'm going to take this piece here and fold this back down like so. So it's looking like that. And if you can take a look at the head, it's actually set back a little bit, so you want to pull it forward like that, and get the shoulders spread apart a little more. Get the arms out. Now up here you have some options as to how you want to display these pieces. These are actually kind of like over the shoulder missile racks, but what you can do is you can fold them down like this if you wanted to, and they're kind of like, I've seen them displayed kind of like this, where they're like that. So you have that option, but really in the pictures what they're meant to do is they're actually supposed to rotate around so that they're facing like that. And I'm just being very careful because this is on a loose ball joint, and trying to avoid it having it come off during the review. So you can mount the, or not mount, but move these pieces up like that. And if you take a close look, you can see there's some molding detail, almost like that would be a missile pod or something like that. So that is kind of cool. It would have been kind of nice if they would have detailed that, but oh well. Now what you can do with the weapons that you have left over here, you can actually mount them on the missile pods. And again, you can choose to mount the long ones on the side like I'm doing now, or on top, doesn't really matter. But just for my purposes of display right now, I'll just show you how they look like with the long weapons on the side like this. There you go. So you end up with something like this, which is pretty cool. And again, there's a ball joint here on each side, and you've got a little joint there, as you can see. So you have some posability with these missile pods, or whatever you want to call them. So there you go. And of course you have the MechTech weapon. It's got ports on each arm, as you can see there and there. Let's go ahead and plug it into here, like that. And if you take a look at the claws, this actually does open up, which is cool. And he does have an individual hand, as you can see. It's molded in right there. And take a look at this head sculpt there. It does have a light piping. See in the top there. I'll fold this back down here. As far as articulation, the head's on a ball joint, and then you got ball jointed shoulders, hinge at the elbow. Of course, I showed you the claw articulation, swivel at the waist, ball jointed hips, bend at the knee, and that's really all you have as far as articulation. Pretty nicely detailed figure. This is actually a little bit better detailed, I think, in my opinion, than the Roadbuster robot mode. But you can see you got detail on the chest there, some silver paint apps there. And for a size comparison, here is TopSpin next to Sideswipe and Hot Rod. And as you can see, even without taking into account these over-the-shoulder missile racks, he is still taller than both of these figures, which is nice, and makes a nice display on your shelf. So final thoughts on Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class TopSpin. When it comes out in retail stores, I do recommend you pick it up. It's a nice transformer. It's a little bit on the simplistic side in terms of transformation, but that could be a good thing. If you're looking for a toy for your 10-year-old or however old your kid is, this is probably going to be a nice toy for him because he'll like Transformers, he'll like cars. It would be a good toy for him. Because I'm a big sports car fan and a big racing fan, and of course a Transformers fan, I decided to pick up Deluxe Class TopSpin early, and I suggest when it comes out in retail stores that you pick it up as well. Alright, well thanks for watching. This has been my review of Transformers Dark of the Moon TopSpin.